Welcome, everybody. My name is Julie Casey. I am one of the WALK committee members, and I want to thank you for being here on day 3 of Community Week. Special thanks to Solano, who is our sponsor for today's session. And I want to remind you all to register for the walk and to get your hero challenges done. Right, so if you haven't had a chance to do those, get those done, get those into the office. Luis will put the links in the chat, right? I also want to let you know that if you're admiring these cool t-shirts, you guys saw Rodney wearing one the other day. I'm wearing one. You've seen some in the pictures. You can still order one. So I think that link will come up in the chat for you as well. And then finally, my last reminder is for you to all tune in to our live stream on Saturday at 10 o'clock. And don't forget to invite your friends and your family to watch too. And we're going to be announcing, look on social media today. We'll announce an incentive for you to invite your friends and family. So now let's get started. Today, I have the honor to introduce to you my dear friend, Jennifer Klein. Jennifer has been an animator for Disney, Warner Brothers, and Universal. She's worked on films like The Iron Giant, the original Space Jam, The Emperor's New Groove, and others. She currently homeschools her 2 children and enjoys teaching drawing to kids. So today, she's got a cool hero she's going to teach us to draw. So Jennifer, I'm handing it over to you, Luis, to make sure that she's got sharing rights so she can share her screen.
Yes.
Take it away, Jennifer.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Jennifer, and I'm so glad to be here. I have known Ryan and Julie for many, many years, so it's really fun for me to take part in this community week. So thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you.
So when I was a kid, I loved to draw. I drew all the time. It was my favorite thing to do. And then when I got out of school, I went and I worked for animation studios. So I made animated movies, shows, all sorts of stuff. And I still do it at home when I take care of my kids. So we're homeschooling, we're having a great time. And we all just love to draw. It's so fun. And I think one of the most important things I learned about drawing over the years is that you don't have to start out perfect. You just have to start somehow. So starting is the most important thing. Also, another great thing about art is it's considered a good thing in art to make mistakes. Because what we say as artists is you have 10,000 drawings you need to get out before you can really be a good artist. It's just like how athletes say they practice for hours and hours and hours. And it's really true about anything that you like to do. If you like cooking, if you like, jumping on the trampoline, if there's anything in life that you like to do, you got to practice at it, right? So whatever I teach you today, I want you to take it as we're all new at this and we're all going to practice and we're going to learn how to draw a hero today that's really fun, okay? So let me get my screen shared so that you can see me and what I'm drawing. Let's see.
I really like drawing.
Oh, I'm so glad, because drawing is fantastic and you can really do it anywhere. You just take your notepad or whatever kind of paper. And that reminds me, you don't have to have anything special for your paper today. Any kind of paper will do. It can be printer paper, it can be a special art pad, it can be whatever you have. You can use a pencil, a crayon, a marker, whatever you like to use, it's all good. Doesn't matter, okay? So let's see, can you see my drawing screen? It should be all white. Can you guys see that? And I'm gonna write on here. Let's see. Hold on. I got something holding me up here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, do you see me writing a word on here? Can everyone see that? Okay, is it big enough? I might need to write a little bigger, but it says shapes. So the first thing that we love to do in animation is we love our shapes because we have to draw things over and over again. It's not just one drawing. It's many, many drawings that make animation. So we're gonna do some warm-ups. Just like an athlete, we're gonna do some warm-ups here. So everybody put your pencil or your pen or your crayon to your paper and draw me a circle. Okay, and you might say, but this is too easy, Jennifer Klein. Well, don't worry, we're gonna build on this, okay? So everybody give me a few good circles. And what this does is it warms up your hands. And we're gonna start thinking about, like, look, circles can be a ball. If anybody has a dog and they ever throw a tennis ball, right? That's super easy. But what else could be a circle? So everyone give me a nice circle and we're gonna make this circle into something. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yes.
Still big enough? Okay. So we're gonna make this circle. We're gonna put a line right down the middle like that. And see, I didn't perfectly get it in the middle, but that's okay. That's all right. And then we're gonna put a little dot up here. And you'll start to be able to tell what we're gonna make here. And then this little creature is gonna have little legs like that. So give it some legs. And then we're gonna put some spots. And this little bug is our ladybug, right? So from a circle, you have a really good ladybug right there from the circle. And a circle can be, I'm gonna make another circle here. And you can adjust a little bit. You can erase if you need to. You can be sketchy like me and lots of lines, whatever you need to be. And we're gonna put a little shape on the top up here. And if you put a jewel on the top, you have a ring, right? Instantly. Here's my ring. And I could put a diamond up there. It could be a diamond ring. It could be a wedding ring. It could be a team ring for a sports team. Now, circles can also be half circles. So if you have one circle like this and you cut it in half, and then let's take two circles. We're going to put one up here and one up here. So we pretty much have three circles together, one drawn in half. And then we're going to shade in those two circles. And we're going to get something that Julie and Ryan really love. I think it's their favorite kind of hat. What do you think, Julie? So what do we have here? We have our Disneyland, our Mickey Mouse ears, right? And Mickey Mouse is really a whole bunch of shapes put together.
I'm guessing you did that one too. The animated one?
Yeah, yeah. So anytime you want to make a hidden Mickey, all you got to do is three circles together. And instantly, people are going to say, hey, that's a Mickey. That's a hidden Mickey, because he is so recognizable. Whenever we see those three circles, we know right away that's Mickey. right? I mean, it's very, very smart what they did there.
It's
Okay.
pretty obvious.
So we're going to do another shape now. If you take a circle and let's say someone stepped on it, I'm going to put a foot here. Let's say someone stepped on that circle. You would get what we call an oval. So we have our circle and we have an oval. And the oval can look like this. It can look like a mirror, a magic mirror maybe. Or it can be smushed. And if you give me a whole bunch of ovals together, I'm gonna make something very cute for you here. Make all those ovals together. And then give the last one a little face here. And then how about a couple legs? This is going to be our caterpillar. I'm seeing a lot of caterpillars outside because a whole bunch of butterflies are in my garden. And I think they must like it because they have left me a bunch of caterpillars. So that's our oval shape, and it's really just a circle kind of smushed, a smushed circle. So the next time someone says something is oval, then you can think of that. Think of my little joke there. It's just a circle that got stepped on. Okay, everybody got their caterpillars? Yeah, okay. So the next shape that we're gonna do, and these are all shapes that animators use every day. Everything that we do, it might seem really complicated, but it's all built with super simple shapes, just like how a building is made with single pieces of wood or a brick, you know, and then you put them all together and you've got a building. It's the same with us animators. So this shape that I am drawing right now looks like it could maybe make you very wet if you were standing in the rain. This is called a water drop. Sometimes it's called a teardrop because you'll see people draw this shape for teardrops. They draw it for rain. They draw it for anytime water is dripping somewhere. And the most important thing about this shape, which we'll go back to later, is that it has a pointy top and a nice round bottom. Okay, so this isn't just our circle. This is now a definite pointy and round shape. One of my favorite things to make with this shape is very, very useful. So draw a circle, and then we're going to draw a water drop connected to it. And I'm sure that you've probably done this before, but maybe you didn't even realize you were making these shapes. Draw another one next to it. Another one next to it. All the way around. And you're going to get a beautiful flower. Right? And this is probably something that you've drawn before, you've seen before, and you never think, oh, wow, that's a very simple shape. I could do that. I like to make a big stem here. And then the teardrop shape is even the leaf, like that. So you can also make a leaf just by putting a line through it. And if it's easier for you to see it, you draw the teardrop and then you can do the leaf. And this also works really well as a feather. It looks like a feather too. So if you draw that teardrop shape, the line through it, and a little line like that, doesn't that look like a feather? Like that could have come out of a little chicken or something, right? So everything around us, when we draw it as artists, we can make it into different shapes. It's very fun for me to kind of go around and see. Sometimes if I'm at a park or something, or I'm just in my garden, I like to look at the plants and see what shapes the leaves are. So I really enjoy that. That's something about me. Okay, so this one is called a drop, a teardrop, or a water drop. And then our last shape is going to be a square. It's a very humble shape, the square, right? You see it all the time. You see cardboard boxes. Maybe your tissue box is a square. Maybe your house is a square. I don't know. Maybe your dog has a house that's a square. Maybe you have blocks, right? Like, I'm sure everybody has seen, or you've seen it in cartoons or something, even if you didn't have it in your house, you know, blocks with the letters on it, right? So A, B, C. So we have blocks. We have boxes that come all the time to our house with little smiles on them, right? Amazon box. We have, let's see, when you're drawing a house, a lot of times I will start like this, and then I will put a triangle up there, right? I'm sure a lot of you have done that. And that's the start of your house. But here's the thing. That might be where you stop, but really, if you keep adding shapes, I'm going to put a window in there. I'm going to put a door. And you know what? I might want 2 lines in my window to show window panes. And I'm going to build a chimney over here. And I'm going to put a circle up here for another window. And this goes on and on and on and on. And it's all building with shapes. So it's all as much as you want to go. You could build a whole city with shapes, right? You don't have to know, I don't have to know how to build a house, but I can draw a house with shapes. So there you go, there's your house. And maybe it's even got a flower in it, in the garden, and a caterpillar. Put all our stuff, and maybe it's raining. Put all our stuff together here. Okay, how's everybody? Are you all caught up on your shapes, everyone? You doing well? Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, I'll give you a few minutes. I'm going to talk about
Not
what we're
yet.
going to. Okay, I'm going to talk about what we're going to draw next. Okay. So, taking all these shapes one at a time. There's so many things that we can do just with these shapes, right? But when you put them together, we're going to next build a hero. And it might be someone that you have seen, hopefully. So I'm kind of excited that you get to draw this. But the interesting thing about this hero too is that how we draw it, you can turn it into lots of different heroes afterwards too. So I'll show you how to do that. But
Many um, AA meeting for Frankie.
Julie, is there anything that, any questions that I can talk about while everyone catches up?
If I
Look
can-
at this.
Let's see. So I don't know, you've talked about how you got into drawing. You've talked about how we can build anything. You've talked about practice.
Yeah, and practice is really important.
Yeah.
And also your attitude while you're practicing. You have to realize that, you know, drawing, people that really draw well, they have been practicing for all this time. And sometimes you see them do it and you think, oh, it looks so easy for them. But you know what? You can do it too if you start practicing. So nothing's impossible, you know, and that's the thing that I always try and tell my students. You know, when I'm doing it up here, I've been doing it for years, much longer than most of you have probably, you know, been alive. But you know, I've been practicing a long time. So, you know, I'm not able to be a doctor because I have never practiced that. But I know that all of you, if you practice art, if you make mistakes, make lots of mistakes, you're going to enjoy it more and have a positive attitude about it and just enjoy whatever you do. And one of my favorite things too is to go and find some material I've never used before. So like sometimes I just say, you know what? I haven't done anything with crayons in a long time. I'm going to actually just do a whole crayon thing. Or maybe I haven't painted in weeks. I'm going to do paint today. And it can just be any kind of paint, watercolor paint. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy artist stuff. It can be anything you have at home. So I always tell my students, whatever you have at home, like one of my favorite things is painter's tape. I actually love to take painter's tape and like all of your caretakers will know what painter's tape is. Like go to the Home Depot and it's this tape that doesn't stick a lot. You know, it won't damage anything. And I like to just make shapes with that and just like have fun with it. Just, you know, do interesting pictures. So it can be anything. Gluing glitter. Okay, so whatever you.
I didn't get the teardrops. Oh,
okay, just do a teardrop. You don't have to do. You don't have to complete everything. And what I can do is I'll give this to Julie, and Julie can send it out to the group. Okay. So if you didn't finish right now, it's okay. I'll coach you through everything, and then you can have this later to finish if you want, okay? I just don't want to run out of time for everything. So, okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to turn this level off. Okay, so now we're going to do an actual character, okay? And this is just like how we draw it at work, at the studio, right? We're going to put all our shapes together. The first one we're going to use, and I'm going to draw every shape next to here so that if you didn't have a chance to get them all, you are going to not be worrying. Don't worry. So we have our first one is our oval, our smushed circle. And what I want you to do is find a spot in your paper that's kind of near the top. If you don't have a lot of room left on your paper, flip it over or go get a new paper so that you have enough room as if you were drawing a person, okay? So you need to start at the top of the paper so you have enough room. I don't want you to get too smushed. And we're gonna draw an oval at the top. This is gonna be our character's head. So don't make it teensy tiny. Give it a little bit so that it's big enough to be a head. And see, I'm going back and erasing a little bit because that's what you do as an artist. And you can sketch and kind of fuss at it until it's how you like it, okay? So that's my oval. The next one that we're gonna do is the drop, the water drop, teardrop. And I'm gonna draw that right here so you can see it. The drop, remember it's pointy at the top, round at the bottom. And what we're gonna do is make a big one. And this might take a moment because sometimes that's the process. This is gonna be our character's body. So you wanna make a big drop here and the point can kind of go into the head there. And the bottom part here is going to be his tummy. So you want to make it a nice round shape. This character has a great shape. I love him. He is so cuddly and so sweet. And I think once you find out who it is, you're going to agree with me. Okay, how are we doing on our body shape? Have we got some bodies? Okay. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do, and you can keep going on the body shape.
This big human.
How are you doing?
It looked like Big Hero 6.
Wait, shh, don't tell everybody. Okay, now we're gonna, and see, we only have 2 shapes, and I bet most of you can guess who this is, right? That means just like Mickey Mouse, where you're only seeing very simple shapes, you instantly know who this is. That means you got a great design. So see down here at the bottom, now I'm going to make my square. And he has 2 little legs, right? And they're very small. If you see this character running in the film, it's usually really funny because he was not really designed to run. So when he runs, it's more kind of a, like he's trying to be fast, but he says, I am not fast. So there's our 2 squares, and those are his legs. Okay. So we got his squash circle oval head, his teardrop, body and tummy, and 2 squares for his legs. Now we're going to go back to the drop shape. On this one, what I want you to do, I want you to look at, see, I'm going to draw the arrow because I know you can't see my hands. Right here, there's a spot right by his head and his body. That's where we're gonna put his arm. And do you see how I make a big drop shape? It's almost like a stretched out, like someone took it like taffy and stretched it out. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And this doesn't have to be perfect. This can be, if you end up with something more like a sausage or a hot dog, that's fine. As long as it kind of looks like arms.
I think I know what this person.
Yeah? Yeah, this is one of my favorite characters. He's so...
It's kind of,
Is Is this Baymax?
Yes, yes.
I thought so.
Okay, so now we got his head, his body, his legs, his arms. I think maybe we should go.
Can we figure out? Can you figure out who this character is after we're done drawing?
Okay. Okay, we're not going to ruin it. Okay, now this character only has, for his face, he has 2 eyes, which are circles, right? Let me write down here. We're going to do some circles. And they are colored dark. So whatever you're drawing with, color in those circles. And mine are probably even bigger than in the movie, but I kind of like my character here with big eyes. And then he has a line that goes straight across. So now we're pretty sure who this is. This is our friend Baymax from Big Hero 6, right? And he has a few more circles. So we can put some circles down here for his fingers. He's got little round fingers because remember, he's a balloon. He's pretty much a balloon, kind of a blow up robot. So he's really soft. And circles, they're very soft. So maybe give him 3 circles on his hands there.
Like, can I draw my own hero or something?
Yeah. Well, hold on, we're almost done. And then he has a little circle up here on his chest. That's his microchip. Okay. And that is our beautiful Baymax right there. So we used all our shapes, our oval, our drop, our square, and our circle to put Baymax together. And Baymax is a fantastic hero because do you remember what Baymax was created to do? Hero's brother created him to care. That was his purpose, was to care. And throughout the whole movie, that's what he's doing. He's caring for Hero. So he's one of my favorite heroes because I think we all have someone who takes good care of us and who loves us, who is our hero in life too, right? So to me, that's what a hero is. So that's why he's my favorite. So with these shapes, and this isn't just, I mean, here's where you can draw your own hero. I think, was that Ryan that asked me about that? We all have different heroes, and I'm going to give you the shapes that you can draw. So when we're drawing even a person, we use these same shapes.
That was me.
What's that?
That was me. Let's see where I can draw my own hero.
Yeah, I want you to draw your own hero. But when you're drawing a hero, you're going to start out with these shapes. Oh, I don't know why my pen is doing that weird thing there. But even when you are drawing a person, I want you to think about circles, teardrops, squares, and using these simple shapes, you're going to be able to draw whoever you want. Okay. So how did everybody do? Can I see your Baymaxes if you're finished? Let me see. Wow, really nice.
How's mine?
Let me see. Really good. I'm seeing some really good drawings in there. Did you know you can draw this well?
Yeah. You see my other drawing that we did draw a while ago?
Really?
This is what I draw. I did all by myself for you guys.
Very nice. I love it. Great work, everybody. Fantastic work. So, wow, I'm really proud of you. This made my day, guys.
Is this one also from the BMX movie too? Or is this the skeleton guy?
Who? The
This
other
person. Yeah.
the person is just a whoever you want it to be person. So I want you to see that with the shapes that we use for Baymax, now you can make a person. So if you want to make this yourself or you want to make this somebody that you know, you can do that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now you have the power to draw a person.
Here's mine.
Nice. I love it. It looks great. I like how you used a really dark pen too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice.
Do that.
That's my lesson for today.
You have some time to answer some questions.
Sure, yeah.
Does anybody have a question for Jennifer?
Oh, when did you
When did I start? What was the rest of it?
when did you start your art?
When did I start my art? That's a really good question. I think I have always loved to draw. Even when I was little, I was drawing, and you know, my mom and dad, they didn't know how to draw at all. I didn't come from a family of artists. So what they did is they would give me office supplies, right? So pen and paper, erasers, colored pencils, paints, and just whatever they could get. And then I started taking some art lessons. So I did a lot of art lessons when I was, let's see, maybe 12, 13, 14, 15. And then when I got out of high school, I went to work for Warner Brothers. So all during that time from probably maybe 11 to 18, I was taking lots of lessons. So I was learning, and I was learning everything. I learned how to do ceramics. Have you ever done ceramics, which is clay and Play-Doh and just any kind of thing that you can make with your hands? I did stuff like that just to learn how to make art with something different. And I did things where I cut things out with scissors and I make collages. And I did artwork like a portrait, they call it, right? So you're drawing.
Can you show me can you show me your ceramics?
What was that?
Can I see your ceramics?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have anything in here to show you. But I mean, it was stuff like I remember I made a dragon. Right? And that was really fun just to do different stuff. And I just drew a lot. One of the best pieces of advice is to, if you really like to draw and you like to do it all the time, see if you can get a sketchbook. And this is some kind of book. It can have a spiral notebook. It can look like a book. It can be a pad of office paper, but it keeps all your drawings together. And then as you work, as you do drawings, then you can always see everything that you've done. So you can look, like, let's say you keep one book for July, and then you can see what you're doing in the beginning of July and then what you did in the end. And a lot of times it'll tell a story. You'll go on a trip and you might do a drawing on the trip and you'll remember that you were on that trip, you know, or you might do a drawing of your dog, or you might do a drawing of your friend's dog if you don't have a dog, you know, or you might do a drawing of your parent or your brother or sister or something like that. So that's really important, is to keep a sketchbook. And then also, now that, you know, when I was growing up, I didn't have the internet. I didn't have anything like this, like online. Now you can look up all sorts of drawing lessons, and there's some really good stuff on YouTube that are real drawing teachers that can teach you. So if you're ever needing a little boost, or, you know, you're curious about how to paint, you just look on YouTube and there's somebody teaching it. It's pretty amazing. So, you know, that's something that me and my daughter do too. We look up, like, oh, what is this person is painting a doll, painting a new face on a doll. Like that's a example of art too. So yeah.
Jennifer, would you mind, can we turn off unless you're going to draw something else so we could see?
Sorry, the share screen?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me figure out, how do I do that? Okay, stop share. Okay, there we go.
That's great. Thank you. And can I ask a favor? Maybe, because I would love to see if we could get a good shot. If anyone who would like to share, and maybe if we could all like possibly hold up, if you're comfortable holding up your drawing so you could show us what you did, we could get a really great shot of just like everybody with that maybe we could do a post of, and we could feature how awesome it was to have all you guys here today. So is that okay?
Yeah.
I got mine. Does anyone want to hold theirs up all at the same time? Should we try?
Yeah, let me see your artwork again.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ryan, can you hold yours up?
Ooh.
Oh,
I see a Thor over there too.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that.
Nice, everybody.
Thor.
Hold yours up.
Houses.
There you go. Up more, Ryan.
Wow, you guys did really, really nice.
It's all being recorded, so that's perfect. Now we're gonna.
Yeah,
great
perfect.
shots for
I
posterity.
added a cape to the little man you taught us to draw.
And I have to say, you guys are a really good class. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you by chance
you.
know why Baymax did that thing where he always went la to Hero when they fist bumped?
I think because he didn't really understand, you know, it's kind of like someone who has not really been on this earth, and then suddenly he shows up and he doesn't really understand what Hero's doing. So it's his understanding, his kind of very funny understanding of what it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And it's funny. He's adorable, right?
Yep.
Is there another question? I see a hand up in Patty's house over there. So is there another question for Jennifer?
Your question.
Stand up, Tim.
Your drawing is realistic and you should draw some more. It's really good. I just have to say, you're really good at it.
Thank you.
Did you do Tinkerbell animated too? Did you do that one? Did you do Tangle too?
Tangled?
Yeah.
I don't work on Tangled. Oh, I missed that one. But, you know, you can't work on everything at the same time.
I like your comment.
You draw like Harry Potter?
No, most of Harry Potter is all real, right? It's people.
Yeah.
So, unless there's some shows that maybe are animated, but all the creatures are done in the computer. So
How long it takes for you to do art?
Oh, that's a good question. How long does it take to do art? Well, it depends on what it is. If it's something that is very quick and sketchy, like today's lesson, it might only take a few minutes. If you're making a whole movie, like let's see, Why Emperor's New Groove, something that has hand drawings, it could take anywhere from like 3 to 4 years. It might take 4 years, and that's a whole crew. That's not just one person. That might be like 1,000 people working on it, and it takes them 4 years to finish a movie. So it takes a team, and it takes a lot.
Wow.
That's a
I'm guessing you made the Peter Rabbit and Space Jam, the animated Rabbit. Because that's animated picture. So I'm guessing you probably made that one.
I didn't make Peter Rabbit, but I worked on some of the first Space Jam, not the new one. But I know people who worked on the new one, and it still took 4 years.
So I think, Jennifer, that's a
Did you make Aladdin?
No.
You didn't make the new Aladdin?
Nope, I was still in school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's a good point about like that animation. The movies that we see are, you know, lots of repeated drawings, right? So it's like you have to draw the same character over and over and over in very, very slight different positions in order to make those movies, right?
Yes.
So it's lots and lots of work.
Yes, it is lots of work. So that's why we use the shapes, because we have to draw the same thing so many times. So that if we all know the shapes, then all 20 of us can draw the same thing. So it makes it easier.
What characters did you design in Space Jam?
Let's see, I worked on a little bit of Bugs Bunny, a little bit of Lola Bunny.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Cool. I'm glad you remember it.
Yeah, I love Space Jam.
Who doesn't? It's such a classic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What's your favorite films?
From I like Space Jam, I like Aladdin, I like Beauty and the Beast, I like also Tangled. I like Sleeping Beauty. I also like Cinderella. From the original to Brandy. The one that because she also played Cinderella. I like Annie, from the original Annie to the new one. I also like let's see what else I like. I like a whole bunch of movies actually.
I know. Well, it's good sometimes not to have a favorite, because then you can like them all.
Yeah, exactly.
Being a favorite. I like Lady and the Tramp a lot.
I also like that one too. That one's a beautiful movie.
Yeah. What's your favorite, Julie?
My favorite animated movies are The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast.
Okay. Very good.
But I like Aladdin's really good as well. I think what are some of the new ones? Frozen. It's really good. You know, I'm a Disney gal, so
my husband.
Same here.
Yeah, my husband worked on Frozen. So he worked on Olaf.
Oh, I love Olaf. He's so cute. He's a cutie.
He is, right? He's great.
Yeah. I love that snowman. I know you're a snowman. He's so cute.
So, Duncan, you have a question. You got to unmute yourself though.
Yeah, hold on, Duncan. We can't hear you.
Wait.
I am really wanting to share something.
Hey.
Okay, let me see.
Show us.
Okay, so So here's Baymax, but there's one that actually came before this character that, so they both come from the same company. This is really interesting, from the same comic books, from the same comic book company, but I will want to give you a few clues if you don't know this character.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, can you hold it closer?
Okay, so this is actually one. So this is one of the original Avengers. Is one of the clues.
So Duncan brings up a really good point, is that, you know, Baymax had a comic book before it became a movie.
Yeah, and there's another one with a very similar design. So
Who is it? What's the name?
Iron Man actually has this kind of design with his suit.
Yeah.
With his suit, which I think is very interesting. And these two kind of came, although Baymax came later, that there was a little bit of inspiration there.
From Iron Man?
Yeah, so a whole lot of inspiration from like the suit and like how, and like, yeah, so it's kind of like Iron Man, but kind of like a turn, but like as like a full-on robot.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think of Baymax, like.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. He was a comic book before he was a movie, just like all the Marvel stuff were comic books before they became movies for us. So that's a
now in Disneyland they have the Avengers ride.
Yes, I haven't been there yet.
I haven't been on it yet either, and I want to go on it. It looks interesting.
One day I might have to.
It looks interesting. I want to go on it. It looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun.
Yeah, that looks really interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you guys think? Are you gonna practice drawing a lot?
Yeah, I love drawing myself.
Yeah.
And you'll save your drawings, and it's
I
always
saw this.
before you know it, you'll have a collection. Sometimes
I saw this.
it's fun also to make it actually.
I saw this one.
Let me see. Where are you?
I think we're about out of time. So give a clap for Jennifer for teaching us how to draw. And I hope that she's inspired. I know she's inspired me to realize that like I can do it because like I drew Baymax. I am like so proud of myself. And I think we should all be proud of ourselves. Oh, sorry, I get the microphone closer. I think we should all be proud of ourselves for what we accomplished today. And like Jennifer said, keep practicing because it's just shapes, right? Just shapes. We put them all together and we can make magic.
It's one shape at a time. Just like anything you do in life, you don't know how to do it at first. And one step at a time, you learn a little bit more about it.
Yep.
And before you know it, you'll be making giant, beautiful pictures. So
awesome.
Yep.
And so last reminder, everybody, don't forget to tune in on Saturday for the live stream at 10 o'clock and watch social media, or tell your parents to watch social media for all those links and for some special incentives to get you to invite your friends and family to join us, because we want to make sure people tune in. All right.
One more quick announcement. Sorry, Julie.
Yeah.
We, for anybody who still wants to participate in this song montage project, which was sort of like the Rock and Robin that we did last year, except we're doing a different song this year, you can still do that. You just make sure that you email us your recording, basically try to get it by today, but at the latest by tomorrow, and you can still be part of it.
What is it? Dancing?
You can dance, you can sing, you could play an instrument, any of it will work. It's just the song that we have is called Heroes by the Wallflowers. It's originally a David Bowie song. And if you want to actually
I'll be a part of it. How do I do that?
I would like to be part of it too, but I don't know how to get my get into it because I want to sing the actual heroes.
Okay. Well,
you know what I think we can do, Rodney, is because we have the emails of everybody who was on today, right? Because they had to register to get in. We can email you all the link
Okay.
and the information, right, Rodney?
yeah, I
Right,
think
Luis?
that's the best way.
All right. So we'll do that. That way, everybody that's on here that wants to participate can do it. We'll email you the directions. Okay.
All right. Sounds cool. Sounds cool.
Okay. Thanks again, Jennifer, and thank you all for joining us for day 3 of Community Week. We will see you tomorrow for Brad's fitness class.
All right. Sounds
Remember,
cool.
that's going to be later in the day, not at 1 o'clock.
It'll be its normal time. What, 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
Yeah, 4 o'clock. Got it.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
You join them all.